Thank you, Johnny, and welcome to the mathematics portion of the program. This is where we go down the bracketology, and as we've learned from previous experience, I cannot do math and manipulate a puppet at the same time. So let's start off simple. We're going to go with the global division. We have the Irving A-holes clinching the regular season title at 10-1. Congratulations. You have earned home field advantage throughout. And better luck next time to the 2-9 Eaton Extractors. No matter what you do the next 3 weeks, all you can do is play the spoiler, but you won't play the spoiler in the global division because the Senators, Hangmen, and Maulers, they're into the playoffs too because Eaton Extractors can't catch up to them no matter what. Where it's going to get interesting, who's going to be the first to face the number one Irving A-holes? No one is lining up for that job, except maybe for the High-Die Hangmen, the only team to hang a loss on them. So it's going to be some great posturing over the next 3 weeks. Again, the division's set in stone as far as who's going to the playoffs. It's just how you're going in. That's where the math gets crazy on that. Now, Jake, if you want to get the graphic ready for the Central Division, this is where it gets a little bit more complicated, so just bear with me on this.
Jimmy, can I have some turkey?
No, Johnny, the turkey still has to cook. Anyway,
Jimmy, can I have some French silk pie?
No, Johnny, you're a recovering sugar addict. You know you're not allowed to have French silk pie.
Jimmy, do you know what the life expectancy is of a 51-year-old man who's single, lives alone in Dormont with his cat?
I swear to God, if he didn't pay rent. Okay, moving on. We're going over to the Central Division. As it stands right now, the current leaders in the hunt for the title are the Rich Road Roughnecks. They are 7-3-1. If the Roughnecks win 2 of their next 3 games against Snakektopus, who they lost to earlier, Thunder, who they defeated, and Hangmen, who they lost to earlier, if they win just 2 games, they become the number 1 seed and clinch the title. Next one down in the hunt is Team Snakektopus at 6-5. They can win the division title if they wind up with more victories than the Roughnecks. As it stands right now, Roughnecks are 7-3-1. Snakektopus is 6-5. Snakektopus could go 8-5. Roughnecks could go 8-5, and it would go down to the best division record, which that'll be the Snakektopus. So Snakektopus has a chance to get the title, but right now the Roughnecks are in the driver's seat. In the hunt, we have the Opie Dokies. Now, at 4-6-1, mathematically, they would have a chance to be. They would have a chance to make a run for the division title with 3 wins. Unfortunately, coming up this week, we have the Roughnecks taking on the Snakektopus. And even regardless of a win or a tie, because they're in the same division, mathematically, it doesn't matter what the Dokies do from here on out, they can't do it. In the same neck of the woods is the Fredonia Thunder at 4-7. So those are 2 teams that are in the playoffs only. They can't get the title. Right now, it's down to Roughnecks and Snakektopus to earn the title, Dokies and Thunder to get to the playoffs, and the Taylor Hollow Terror at 3-8, believe it or not, are still a viable playoff contender, but they are in a must-win situation. Of the teams right now, Roughnecks number 1, Snakektopus number 2. They're the ones who are in the driver's seats for their destinies. Dokies have a 1-win advantage over the Thunder. The Thunder has a 1-win advantage over the Terror, and the Dokies have a 2-win advantage over the Terror. So the Terror is in must-win mode from here on out. They have to do everything in their power to win. Right now, it's going to be a war of attrition. We have the matchups there on the graphic. It'll tell you when they've met before and what the results were. Where it gets interesting is in week 12, it's going to be the Terror versus the Senators, who have never faced each other all season. And in week 13, it's going to be Snakektopus versus the A-holes, which they've never faced off at each other. So we have 2 matches with the global division that could change the face of the Central. So this is going to be a lot of fun to watch, and I urge you all to stay tuned. We'll be back with more bracketology next week. Johnny, I swear to God, get out of the litter box.